guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So let's start off with the Queen Nicki Minaj. Of course, now that she is on hiatus, you know, she is the topic of conversation. Cam Newton had Lil Mo, the R&B icon, on his podcast. And of course, they talk about Nicki Minaj and the state of female rap. And here is what Lil Mo and Cam Newton had to say.
You can't compare a Lotto to a Nicki because Nicki been in the game.
Right.
Like, you feel me? So when she say all these is my sons, people are like, oh, she throwing shots. It's like, no, because before her, she bows at Lauryn Hill. She bows at the people. These people be like, oh, I got a #1 hit. And I'm not talking about nobody in general because they always getting their feelings because of me.
Right.
But a lot of people be coming out talking heavy. I'm like, if you ain't been in the game for at least 10 years, 5 years don't count. If you ain't been in this game for at least 10 years and been through a scandal, a damn death threat, and almost near death experience, you can't say that one hit or how. No, you gotta have a discography.
A discography.
That way.
A whole lineage of or a body of work.
That
I
way.
think, you know, for me, I really love, you know, the differences in the game. You know what I'm saying? But why is it, you know, I just don't like the competition amongst our own.
Some people were not happy about what Lil Mo said, but she was correct. I mean, you really can't compare none of these chicks to Nicki Minaj because most of them really don't write. No shade. They do not write. And then on top of that, they don't have the longevity Nicki Minaj has in the game. What female rapper, even the older ones, have been in the game 14, 15 years and still going #1? Lil' Kim is not. Missy the Icon is not. Let's be very clear. Queen Latifah is definitely not. Even the younger ones, D0JA Cat, you know, she's new. She's like the new it girl, but she still don't got a solo #1. Not saying that she can't get one, but I'm just saying Nicki Minaj is literally the only female rapper that has the longest longevity and still popping. And then on top of that, she is the standard. That's why everybody tries to compare themselves to her because she is the standard. What I don't agree with is when Cam Newton was like, oh, why it gotta be a competition? Well, rap is a sport. It's competitive. When Champagne Thickums says he's the best, nobody complains. When Kendrick Lamar and Camel Face say they are the best, nobody complains. Why only in female rap you can't be competitive? I don't get that. Maybe if Cam Newton was a little bit more competitive in his sport, which is football, he would have won a championship ring. No shade. Okay? If you want to lollygaggle and be friends with everybody, then you're not going to win no rings. Because to win a ring is strictly based on talent and points. Okay? It's based on a game. There's no politics involved to win a championship ring. Now, if you want to get MVP, you know, if you want to be on a certain team, you know, there might be politics involved in that. But when we're talking about just winning a game, there's no politics involved. It's just based on points. It's not like that in rap. There's a lot of politics, and music is no longer about talent. So Cam Newton needs to shut up. No shade. Okay, talking about, oh, why it got to be so competitive? Because it's a sport. Okay, you should know about sports since you were a football player. But they want women to not compete. That doesn't make no sense. I don't understand that. If you the best, prove you the best. Just like you do in basketball and football. You got to prove that you are the best. And, you know, there's less politics in sports because you're just playing the game. Now, to win MVP and, you know, be on a certain team and get a certain salary, of course, there's politics involved in that. But in regards to just playing the sport, there's no voting committee involved, okay? There's no peers or executives trying to sabotage the game. Moving on from that, though, it looks like Cardi B is being exposed allegedly for having bots on Twitter to try to have more followers than Nicki Minaj, okay? So this came from Female Rap Live We follow each other on Twitter. And the proof is in the pudding. There is a screen recording of most of Cardi B's followers allegedly being bots. So allegedly, that's the reason why her blue check mark on her Twitter page, doesn't say that she's a celebrity or a notable or government person, somebody important. They have like two different type of check marks on Twitter. It says that she is subscribed to Twitter Blue because allegedly a lot of her followers on Twitter are bots. And we know how Elon Musk feels about bots. He don't like spam pages and bots. So, I'm sure, Cardi B's team will take care of this and they will talk to, Mr. Musk behind the scenes and tell him, oh, it's not, bots. These are real followers, but, she has been exposed for having fake followers. Now, is this shocking? No. I personally don't think people are really checking for Cardi B like that. Really no shade. But I think that the hype has died down. So has the coinage. And, deep down inside, she's panicking. She's scared. Okay, she don't want to show it. But that's why she's complaining about lettuce on Twitter. Because, people are not really buying her music like that. I'm starting to notice that people really not checking for Cardi B. How you got all the Birkins in the world, but you complain about $6 lettuce. Because that money might be running low. Ice Spice wants D0JA. So allegedly, Ice Spice, she trying to get that D0JA collaboration. Okay. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Now, she spoke in a recent interview saying that she wanted to collaborate with Doja Cat. So it should not be shocking to you guys. But me personally, I'm going to feel some type of way if Doja Cat collaborates with Ice Spice. And I'm going to tell you why. How do you decline SZA? How do you decline Lizzo, but do a collaboration with Ice Spice? It wouldn't make sense. Okay? That would be stupid. So I hope she pays Ice Spice dust like she did SZA, even after SZA gave her a top 5 hit and a Grammy. Let's be very clear. Okay, Kiss Me More was very successful. I feel like, D0JA was wrong for not returning that favor. Does SZA need Doja Cat? No, she don't. But it would have been nice for her to be on the Shirt remix like SZA has asked. Because SZA has spoken openly about the fact that Doja Cat hasn't sent her verse back. She spoke about it on interviews, on Station Head with fans. She did say that she was let down with the fact that, a lot of people did not, send their verse back. It wasn't just Doja, and that she really wanted them on the album, even though she did not need them. And I just feel like Doja Cat should have, returned the favor, because there might be a time where Doja is not as hot as she is now, and she might need that SZA collaboration again. No shade. Speaking of SZA, it looks like Taylor, the chart-obsessed queen, plays chess with SZA, okay? So, as we know, SZA has been dominating the charts. SOS was #1 for weeks, okay? And as we know, Taylor got like 72 versions of one album, okay? So I don't really feel like it's fair for her to be at #1. And SOS was a better album to me than Midnight's, okay? Now, SZA did put out solo versions of a few songs, okay, to try to up the ante, but it didn't really work. She lost the #1 spot this week by 200 units, okay? So, there was a 200 difference in sales. I still felt like SZA should be #1. And Taylor, the icon, the chart-obsessed queen, is like she only wants to be #1 just to be #1. I don't think Taylor really believes that she deserves to be #1. You can't say you deserve to be #1 and put out mediocrity. Like, no shade. Taylor is overhyped. Yes, she writes, but a lot of her songs are very mediocre. I mean, she's not really a vocalist. Neither is SZA. But sonically, to me, SZA's album sounded better. And there's really no shade. Moving on to Rihanna. So it looks like more details about the Super Bowl are coming out. Director Adam Blackstone says he and Rihanna are working on curating the perfect set list for her Super Bowl halftime. Everyone who is a fan has their different moments of who Rihanna is to them and what each song means to them. We want to try to give a little bit to everybody, okay? So let me know if you guys are excited about the Super Bowl halftime. I think that, Rihanna will do a decent job. I don't think it'll be outright trash. Camel Face will not be too happy about it. But I don't have high standards when it comes to like a Rihanna performance, okay? I think that it's just going to be as good as she wants it to be. I don't think Rihanna cares. She just don't want Roc Nation to mess with A$AP the colorist. Because I don't know how you can do the Super Bowl and barely have any new music out, okay, in 7 years, and you've been telling your fans that the album was coming for 7 years. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. I will see you guys in the next video, and have an amazing day.